everyone, this is Samantha and I'm here today with Davis. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with Davis if you watch our channel. Anyway, we are going to be sharing with you our thoughts on the Memoria Press story of the 13 colonies. So stay tuned. So guys, today we're going to be sharing our thoughts with you on the 13 colonies in the Great Republic by H.A. Gerber. And I have Davis here with me because Davis has been working through this curriculum. Those of you who don't know, we are part of the Homeschool Review crew. And Memoria Press was kind enough to send us these products to review. And we have been reviewing these products for about a month and a half. And Davis here has been doing the work. And we wanted to share with you our thoughts. First off, there's two sets here that I'm going to talk about. The first one is the story of the 13 colonies in the Great Republic, and this is for starting with 5th grade, and which is what he's going to be in next year. So this is that, and along with this set, you will receive the story of the 13 colonies, the teacher guide, and I don't want to block his face here, and the student guide. There you go. The student guide. So you're going to get all three of these things with this set. Now this is the set that we are currently working through, and so it's pretty standard as far as Memoria Press goes, and I'll show you my teacher guide. Basically, there's not really a guide to go by as far as lesson plans for this one, for this set right here that comes with the book. However, you can choose to do the layout however you want, is what we do, because Davis doesn't like to do a lot of writing.
We do it orally.
We do some orally, and we also break up our lesson. So what you can do is there's a couple of ways. Davis, I'm going to block your head a minute. You can break this up. Like for lesson 1, you're going to read Our Country, Northmen, and Prince Henry. So what you can choose to do depending on with your child, you can break those stories up and then break up your questions. And which is what we sometimes do, or we will do the reading one day and then we'll go back and do the questions the next. Now, also, I'm going to point out that before we ever do our reading for a chapter, we go and we talk about the facts to know. And so we say the word and I tell them what this is, and then I will orally go through each word and read the definition. That way, as we're reading the book, he is familiar with these words as we run across them. Now, when he goes back and does them, it's going to be his job to look up the definitions for the words, and then we're going to answer the questions of what we just read. And so that is basically how that works. At the end of each lesson, you have an enrichment section to where you can map it. You have your timeline. And you have the research, so they can research different things. Like for this particular one, it was research the culture of a group of Native Americans who were indigenous to our state, which we have. We have went to the area. We have one actually really close to us, and we've checked out the community, and we've learned a lot about it. But that's just part of the thing. So there's enrichment activities at the end of every one of these. And Davis, would you like to tell people, what do you think about this? Why do you like that? He is really enjoying this program. He's laughing at me. I dropped my book. But he is really enjoying this program, right? Mm-hmm. And I know it's geared for ages for 5th grade and up. But for right now, Davis, what do you like about, say, this book?
I like how it's broken down.
It is.
So you can understand it easier.
It's broken down and it's easy read. It's almost put in a story form, and it keeps your attention. To give you a look, there are pictures that can be found throughout the book. So as you read, you're going to have your pictures.
It's a story of where they are.
Yeah, it's neat the way they keep your interest in what's happening, because it's put basically in story form, so it's easy to follow. Now, second, you can buy. Okay, you can hold it. You can buy an additional set to complement. Yep, to complement this set, and that is the 200 questions about American history, and you have your teacher guide, and then you have your student guide. Along with these two books, you also get a stack of flashcards. Now, these are what we've covered so far to this point that we're at, and these are what we have left to do. Now, the cool thing about this is this one does have a layout. I picked up the student book. That you can follow. It does have a schedule that you can follow, And it is designed to go along with, after you get so far, okay, this particular one, the 200 Questions About American History, is designed to go with, you want to hold that up, that book, and then...
I have some stuff marked.
Yeah, he's got stuff marked. And then, so, once you finish that book, then you go into the Story of the World. And it's got, you don't read the whole Story of the World book, though. It's got certain pages that it refers you to touch on the early American history. And so luckily we already had this book because we did do some Story of the World this year for grade 4. So it does touch on that. But as I was saying, this does have a schedule. And I'm going to flip the book back here so I don't cover Davis's face again like I did last time. But you have like week 1 and it's telling you to read out of the book that Davis has in his hand, the one by Gerber. And it's saying read chapters 1 through 7. And then they're going to do drill questions 1 through 8, and then there's a timeline. And it's going to go through there, and then on week 5 is the review for the test that week. Week 6, you have your test, and then it just keeps going. And once you finish the book by Gerber, it's then going to have you to go into the Story of the World. And it's going to be referring you to certain pages, like the first one is going to be pages 216 to 222, 227, and so on. So it's going to refer you to that, and it's going to be a total of 34 weeks if you follow the schedule.
No pictures.
Right. Not all of the stories have pictures, but a lot of them do have pictures that you can refer to. And I love this. And so this book, basically, it's got important stuff they need to know is really what it is. It asks them questions, and each one, it even refers you to the chapter of where it talked about. But the awesome thing about this is it comes with a resource, which I think I showed you guys. Yes, when I first started talking about this, that we love. Davis, what is it that we love?
About the flashcards?
Yeah.
How you can always refer to.
These have been awesome. Do you think they've helped you with learning it?
Mm-hmm. I can always get them pretty much.
Yeah, he has. How we use these, I know I was reading some people use these once a week. Some people use these more often. Now, as I mentioned, we're not following this one right now. We look at it, but it's basically these in this format. So it's really cool. So is what I'm going to be doing is next year we're going to be adding this, and we're going to be following this lesson plan. Since this year we're doing this other. But the cool thing is that it's amazing how he learns this. And so we choose to do this every day. Did I mention that?
Yes.
We do this every day. And we do our reading. We do our flashcards. Questions, we'll do our flashcards. So basically these are pulled out every day. Because it doesn't take long. It maybe takes us 10 minutes out of our day to do these, and he has gotten faster. Now, I will say, at first I was getting them to him in order, and I got thinking, wait a minute, he's memorizing the order that it's coming in. But he's not. We started mixing it up, and he's learning them. Like, for example, it's got the answers on the back. So, you have Native Americans who aided the Pilgrims. Native Americans who aided the Pilgrims.
Squanto and Somerset.
See, there you go. And this was actually drill question number 19, so it wasn't one that was early. So basically, you can find these throughout, but we just kind of mix them up here as we go. It's got the general who captured Quebec, James Wolfe. That one still gets him. Mm-hmm. James Wolfe still gets him, so he's still getting that one in his noggin up there. But it also talks about Englishmen who designed...
It took me a while, but now I know the House of Burgesses.
The House of Burgesses, yes. That was a tricky one for him. And the Paris of Treaty was a tricky one.
Treaty of Paris.
And the Second Treaty of Paris. So
I said Treaty of Paris too.
Right. So as we're going, he's learning these. So if somebody was looking at this to buy and they had a kid your age, what do you think?
Yeah, buy it.
Do you like it? What about the writing? Do you think it's a lot of writing? Your honest opinion. I know we do a lot of it orally because I've mentioned David sometimes has a hard time putting his thoughts into words.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of writing.
But ultimately, I know some kids love worksheets. And I know I've mentioned that I don't test mine, but a lot of people do tests. And these do have tests. And you do have, the teacher book does have the answers for the test. But I also want to show you in the back of the student book, which I think is really cool. You have your appendix here. And Davis, I'm going to be covering your head again.
Mommy.
You have your maps that are found in the back. You also have the 13 Colonies chart, the year it was established, the founder, whoever established it. You have the Mayflower Compact, the words. You have Paul Revere's Ride, which we actually have this book, and it's such a wonderful book.
I've lost one of my marks.
We have letters from George and Martha Washington. So it's just got tons of information. It's got, I mean, it's unreal. So you have your Constitution. It's got the amendments in here. It's got everything. And this is the kids' book, the student book. And I'm just going to flip to the back. But for a child that doesn't like to write a lot, he does complain.
I'm good with spelling though.
Well, he does, and he's good with his language arts. He's good with his history. He likes this. It's just the writing part.
The math's the only thing that stumps me.
We're not on math right now. We're talking about this. Anyway, as you can see, it's not. Okay, guys, he doesn't like math, but as you go through, you can see it's really not a lot of writing. But it does fall for true Memoria Press layout. So those of you that are familiar with Memoria Press and know how the layouts are on this, we have always been a fan of Memoria Press. He actually loves every Memoria Press we've ever done, from their language arts up to the history. We have done the Greek mythology. He just really likes Memoria Press. And so if you're looking for a history for, I think it's grades, and I may be wrong, and I apologize if it is, I'll correct it in the bottom, but I think it's grades 5 through 7 or 8, yeah, in the description. But so far we have been very impressed with this. And like I said, we're doing this one right now with this to go along with this, and just using the 13 Colonies book. And then we are going to soon be adding
I've yawned about 3 times.
Him.
I've yawned about 3 times, but I'm trying to keep my mouth closed so I don't go.
And then this one, if you're looking for something a little different and you don't want to necessarily use this and you want more of a schedule layout, check out this one, because this one is great. And like I said, this one is designed to go hand in hand with the 13 Colonies and then the story of the world. So that is basically it. So thank you guys for watching.
Oh, yawning.
He is yawning again. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions at all about this curriculum, be sure and leave it in the comments below. Also, I will put a Memoria Press link to these in the description, so you can go and check those out for yourself if you're interested. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to give us a thumbs up. If you're new to our channel, be sure and hit the subscribe button, and have a wonderful rest of the day.